Okay, here we go. I'm trying to see if this works. I have this angle here and this angle here, and I'm going to do a quick little card reading for today is the 28th of March, 2024, and I am going to see if this works. I don't know what I'm doing, so I have to just wing it. And we got those are the cards there from Spirit Messages, and it's from John Holland. I just got this new deck, so let's see if what it has to say. Pull one out, and yeah, time's just clipping along here. We just had the Lunar Eclipse in Libra, the full moon. So a couple days after, a couple days before, obviously leading up to it, and then after there's obviously still residual stuff that comes along with that. Yeah, so yesterday I tried to do a couple of videos. So I did one, it didn't work out, and then I thought, well, I'll do it again, and then it didn't work out. So then I was like, you know what, you're not doing one. So waited till today, and I don't know, something in the astrology had activated a little bit of some emotional body stuff with me. I got confronted with a couple things that I was like, what's going on here? I thought I already dealt with that, but guess I didn't. And but it's good because then I was able to take the extra time and kind of work through it and process it, and it's probably for the best to sometimes wait a day, sleep on it, and figure it out, which I did. So yeah, there's a couple of things. What do I have here? Yeah, we've got Mercury retrogrades coming up on the 1st of April, and then there's also there's the solar eclipse, which is on the 8th, which is in Aries. And we're kind of in that between the two now. We're after the lunar eclipse, and we're heading into the solar eclipse. There's going to be this solar eclipse is going to have a conjunction with Chiron, so that's what's happening. Chiron's kind of getting activated, and like I was saying yesterday, I had a little bit of stuff come up with a little bit of around my wounding, which is family and relationships and partnerships. That's all Libra stuff, so it makes sense, right? And that could be presenting for people, and it's sort of that's the time. So yeah, I think there was a square to Pluto yesterday, and so that was a little bit of shadow stuff. And then the moon was in some kind of something with Venus, and I think it was in a semi square. Moon and Venus anyway did something, so it triggered up some stuff, but it actually worked because the process is like getting helped to kind of release the stuff that you're no longer wanting to have anymore, like a pattern, the patterns, old patterns, ways of thinking or behaving, reacting to situations. That's kind of what happened. Yeah, there's going to be this conjunction with Jupiter and Uranus. Sorry, I always do that. It's so dumb. Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus, and that's sort of going to be, expanding that kind of, it could be a spark or a pop or a boom or a change, sudden exciting detour or new road, new path. Something's going to be like boom. And that's just going to be because it's Jupiter, which is expansive, and Uranus, which is kind of like sudden. Doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but it's could be about your future goals. Could be about maybe taking a risk, maybe heading in that direction, even though you didn't even, you might have been thinking about it or whatever. But then something happens, boom, and there you go. You're on your way. I mentioned the Mercury retrograde on the 1st, yeah, and yeah, so we're in the in between the two in between the two in the tunnel, the eclipse tunnel. So it's all good stuff, you know, it's all good stuff. But here we go anyway. So, message from Spirit. So this is Spirit deck, be other crossed over loved ones. Ancestors. Spirit guides. I'm finding it to be a very nice deck. The readings that I've done for myself. Oh, that one doesn't want to go in. Oh, so this is caregiver. I guess we'll do it under here. Caregiver. Yeah, caregiver. We are with you, and Spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love that you provide for others, especially at the end of their lives, just as you receive care and the love at the start of your life. Caregivers often focus all their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. So yes, that can happen. Caregivers can sometimes burn out. Maybe that's a little message for people that might be caregiving or looking after people, or, you know, raising kids and looking after elderly parents, you name it. It just says, you know, basically remember to look after yourself, and because it can happen pretty easy when all your energy is going to look after somebody, which is good. It's lovely. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to make sure that you look after yourself first. Focus some of that attention on themselves for your own well-being. So that could be what that is about. Caregiver. This is my ancestor deck. This is the Lunar Healing Oracle. This is a couple of different shuffles. Well, there's one more. It's lively, very lively. And those are two cards that just flew right out. Flew right out. So this one is, I love the visuals on these. They're pretty great. So ride journey number 5. Unsaddle from the tangled stitches that hold you fast. Unbridle yourself from the shackles of the shadow mare. Slice free and set off out of the fate's starter gate. Choose to ignore the curdling cries of the battle slain as they still shriek in sleep. Slip your knots and ride out. Do not force your horse to run a deathly course, but get down and walk your own journey. Talking about unbridling and unsaddling from the tangled stitches that hold you fast. It could have something to do with caregiving, for looking after somebody. Thinking that, you know, or getting into that, whatever, that how you sometimes feel your, you know, that sort of obligation. And maybe that's what happens sometimes, is you can be resentful towards somebody if you're not really looking after yourself or communicating your needs, or vice versa. So this could be about that as well. Yeah, they're always so involved, these, you know, I see like there's an angel swing there. You see the angel's wing. And almost looks like water. Almost looks like waterfalls or the sky or something like that. And yeah, that's that. And then there's Wasend. And this is Watcher, animal totem. I just got this one not too long ago for one of the other readings that I did for the equinox. So it just talks about being your animal totems, animal guides, spirit familiar frequency that waits, watching for you to sight its presence. It does not walk with you, but gazes through the glare of beasts and bugs that eyeball you. When you eventually connect, it will walk with you, reach out to teach you, and then flee like the sun at dusk. This is your connection to the creatures around you, and is the breath that connects to all the mystical fauna you've previously been. Cherish the lessons those unremembered lives have taught you. We're all creation's creatures. Yeah, there's a little bit of a vortex in there too, like a little swirly kind of, yeah, so a spirit familiar frequency that waits. Yeah, so for me, I was kind of thinking that this was about like past life connections and stuff like that, and soul contracts, and you know, unremembered. This is like cherish the lessons those unremembered lives have taught you. So also like your ancestors, right? Like what they went through and what they did, what they laid the groundwork for some of the things that you do. Even though you think like, no, that can't be the case, but it's in there. It's in the DNA. It's in your lineage. It's that epigenetic thing that is like scientifically proven that stuff like certain things, traits and stuff is one thing. But like the energetics of certain, dysfunctions, family dysfunctions, and, things that you don't even know. Sometimes you're like, where is this coming from? Is this even mine? And yeah, it's in your lineage. So that's what this is bringing up for me. This is what it's sort of saying. So maybe don't be like, maybe unshackle yourself from these things that you kind of like born into. Things that don't necessarily make sense to you, or like don't feel right for you, or whatever. Like just stop doing it. But it's when, like anything, if you've done it for a long time, it's really hard to stop. And then if it's just a way of doing it and it's a habit or a pattern, then sometimes it's really hard to stop doing it. And then other people that are in your life too, they make it difficult because they want to keep you a certain way sometimes too. You just are that person in your family. You can never be anything different to some people. You're always going to be that little sister, you're always going to be that big brother, you're always going to be that funny aunt or funny like uncle or whatever. It's like, that's where you kind of fit into certain roles and stuff in families, and sometimes people don't let you break out of them. And especially if you're healing, or if you're on a different, you're on a healing journey or whatever, you just, people will hold you, they will have you sort of tied down. Just like slip your knots and ride out. Unbridle yourself from the shackles of the shadow mare. Unsaddle from the tangled stitches that hold you fast. So that's pretty coolaroo. With the little angel oracle. See what the angels have to say about that. Yeah, I guess kind of, I would say maybe caregiving, could verge on people pleasing too, maybe. Like, that's kind of coming up for me. That sometimes that's passed on. Those are kind of like people pleasing traits come from, coming up through, maybe some childhood trauma or things that have happened or whatever, the way your family dynamics were. You kind of make sure that you get, you find out really really quickly sometimes in certain situations, that you kind of have to like make sure that everybody else is okay so that you can be okay. And so you do a lot of that. And there's a thing that was coming up like for me with finding peace, and maybe this has something to do with it. Oh, manifestation. Nice. Thank you. That's a really nice card. Yeah, this is a good one, but that's what was coming up for me maybe too, is just this peace at all costs part. So peace at all cost is just sort of like, you know, but it's at your own peace, your own peace of peace within. So it's like it doesn't work out even though you think you're doing the right thing. It doesn't work out when you keep, you know, if you shoving things under the rug and pushing stuff down. That whole part of healing is about getting stuff coming up, and you know, you see it, you feel it, you love it, and then you let it go. It's accepting it, forgiving, and then loving it, and then letting it go. That's sort of the process. It kind of has to be that way, and it's not always easy to do that. But this manifestation, I mean, if you're going to do stuff too, and you manifest from a place of if you come from a healed place when you manifest, it's always a different story too, or like not from a place of fear. You know, when you don't trust the universe has your back, or things are happening for your highest good, you know, sometimes you can manifest things that you don't necessarily really want. But I mean, I don't think there's any accidents. Like, things happen for a reason and they teach you. But this is definitely a beautiful card. Look at that. Like, and that's what we can do right now when we're in that little tunnel between the two eclipses, is you know, releasing and letting go of the things that are no longer serving us, those patterns and stuff like that, those things that you don't want to do anymore, that aren't good for you, and get ready to let them go. Still even let them go. It's not like you had to, obviously. I mean, people did a lot of work around the lunar eclipse, you know, writing stuff down, you know, thinking about the things that you didn't want to take with you past that point. But you still could be releasing, and there's still 6 months in between the next lunar eclipse, and so, you know, whatever it is, you could be setting your goals for that time. It's just not like it happens overnight, but yeah, manifesting the life of your dreams, and knowing that you have your angels that are with you, and they're going with you, along with you for the ride. Never alone, that's for sure. So I'm gonna do this little cute little deck here. Yeah, and that's the journey as well. That's the number 5. I mean, number fives can be a little bit of change, and could be a little bit of struggle, internal, could be external, internal struggle. You know, and that's what happens. You can have a little bit of conflict, I guess, when you're maybe putting boundaries up and changing things up and doing things differently. Sometimes, you know, the people around you don't like that very much. So there's that. There could be that in there. But, yeah, let's see what little more info on this stuff here. These are definitely like themes, like could be the like Libra themes too, or like about partnerships and family dynamics, friend dynamics, romantic connections, business partnerships, you know, just relationships in general, and the balance, and finding balance and that equilibrium. And I think you have to do that when you are a caregiver. Definitely, you've got to find the balance. I think that's what it's all about. That's what it's kind of saying. And oh, there's 2 cards. I got the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. And we got the 10 of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Swords, a couple 8s there, a couple 10s. That's interesting. And we've got the Emperor, we've got the Lovers. I got another 8. 8 of Wands. And we have the Temperance card. And we've got the Hangman. Yeah, so burden here. We've definitely got a little bit of a burden. The old 10 of Wands. Pentacles. Yeah. It's interesting about like we got the 8 of Cups and we've got the 8 of Swords and we've got the 8 of Wands. And yeah, and then the 2 10s there. Yeah, so the like eights are success and completion, divine order, hard work paying off. Yeah, so and then there's the Cups, 8 of Cups is definitely about, so if it's about relationships or about a family member or something like that, and being a caregiver for a family member, like the 8 of Cups is, the emotions around that. Yeah. It feels like just having those 2 10s, it feels like, like 10s are about the culmination of like it's kind of like coming to this point and then, so it's like an ending and then a chance for rebirth, a chance for a new start. So 10s are like completion. So you've got the 2 10s, and so the Wands and the Pentacles. So you've got Earth and money, and it could be about your, like maybe your things were in your family, like how you treat money, how you think about money, scarcity mentality, possibly, you know, never having enough. You know, maybe it has something to do with this too, this whole thing, like money's involved in this caregiving part of it, this aspect, or maybe maybe it's got something to do with inheritances or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, the Eight of Wands. Oh, that's the Eight of Swords, sorry. Ten of Wands. Eight of Swords. Oh, they do have the Eight of Wands, that's right. Yeah, it's like they've got the 3 eights. So the one that's not here is the Pentacles, right? The Eight of Pentacles. So that says something about that. Not being around, that sort of sometimes makes you go, okay, let's think about that. Yeah. The Emperors is definitely Aries, and we've got the Lovers, which is about a choice. It could be, you know, obviously about a relationship or a love relationship. Yeah. Emperor, Aries, Emperor got all the King energy and all rolled up into one here. And healed masculine energy. So the right balance of drive and ambition and, you know, and then being at the Libra full moon that we just had, you know, we could be releasing that, that sort of the, you know, the dark and light sides of all energies, right? We've got the, you know, and some of the negative aspects of Aries, or, you know, at least, you know, and then being ruled by Mars as well can always have this sort of like warring or, you know, sort of anger mixed in there. And, you know, you can have a choice to, you know, maybe have that the right amount, just define the right amount of action, but have enough of the divine feminine, the nurturing, and the, you know, the softer side of it, having a more softer experience, whatever that may be for you. And yeah, and then the Patience card, or the Temperance card, we've got like an archangel there, definitely an archangel. Michael is usually in there, and in the Lovers card too, right? So we've definitely got some big angel energy there. And then with the Hangman, it's just about sometimes could be a little bit, could be stuck, but it could also be, you know, about that pivoting, but thinking and looking at things from a different way of looking at things, a different aspect. Yeah, and maybe just a bit about like gratitude and using gratitude. And sometimes that's something that you can do when you're feeling a little stuck, and even in a situation like this, maybe where someone is not well and you're burnt out, and you know, you're dealing with all those things that come along with that. Sometimes you can do a little bit of like mindfulness, and that's basically, you know, just finding a few things that you have gratitude for. It can just be the littlest thing. It's good practice to get into, and it's part of a self-care thing as well, like to be able to find time for yourself to just like, you know, have think about things that you're grateful for. That, I know it helps me a lot, and obviously other people. It's a big thing. Gratitude is you know, mindfulness, meditation, all that kind of stuff, getting outside in nature, and having all the having all the all the earth energy, all that grounded energy, you know, when you're feeling kind of overwhelmed or whatever, sometimes you can get out there and go and get outside and get some fresh air, go for a little walk and that kind of thing. So yeah. So we got Gemini here, right? This is Gemini as well. So, and then we also have Sagittarius with this. And the Eight of Cups, the Cups. Yeah. Water, right? Water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And Wands. Yeah, so the Wands, so we got Wands here. 8th. This one here's got a little bit of wheel on it with a clock. Yeah, it definitely is fire, right? Fire, air, earth, and water. Yeah, Swords is about, you know, can be about this Swords is about your thoughts and be about decisions and communication, your mind, and the 8s. Eight is like the infinity symbol too, so divine order, right? I should look at the little things. I know these cards have their own meanings, but but yeah, you can move away from the burden here. Take a look at this. We're at this card from the ancestor deck. This is from the spirit messages. Two from the ancestor deck is basically the journey. You know, it's about how you can kind of choose to ignore stuff from the past and you know, head down your own journey, unsaddle from the tangled stitches that hold you fast. So moving away from that burden, and then, you know, this Ten of Pentacles is basically, the Ten of Pentacles is a, you know, is a wealth card for sure. It's got that, everybody's got what they need, and you do have everything you need inside you. Yeah, and to learn from your passed on loved ones, maybe, or from people that have you know, came before you and, you know, did some stuff and maybe made some mistakes, and, you know, learn from that, and your manifestation, like being able to manifest from a place of healed, you know, confidence, like, and knowing who you are and being your, you know, being in your true authenticness, your authentic self, empowered, you know, and not coming from a place of fear. Having the right balance between, like, you know, balance between masculine and feminine energies, and just, you know, when it comes to, like, Gemini too, like communicating, right? Mercury's going into retrograde on the 1st, so, and that's a time when you can get, you know, maybe they always say that, like, it's, yeah, things go a little wonky when it comes to communication and sending stuff off, and text can be things that you say can be taken the wrong way or whatever. So it is a good time to kind of maybe take a look at what you want to say or put out or whatever, and kind of rethink it or go over it, and take some time, sit with it before you do release it or whatever. That could be there too, and that balance between the divine, like the healed divine masculine, the healed divine feminine, and the balance of those two energies, and how that's kind of how you do it. And it's sometimes it's like you can get into your masculine and just go for it, and you just go for it without thinking. And then sometimes you could be too much in your feminine as well, and then you're not really action oriented. You're not really moving forward with things. So that could be that too. In this Eight of Wands, I'm just going to look in this little book here because it's so it's growth and personal and physical energy. When the card's personal enterprise, all your plans have a green light. Move ahead. Your understanding of people and their problems delivers opportunities to get what you want. Friends and nature bring remedies for what ails you. So I was talking about that, going for walks and stuff like that, getting out. Friends in nature, friends that live in nature, little birds and stuff. I know I've been finding that now. I just have all these, there's so much life, like life is coming up with spring, right? It's just like everything's moving around, birds everywhere, little critters everywhere. And that can brings you what you need. So that's pretty cool. And Temperance, patience. Yeah, that is a good or two. Compromise brings you happiness. Perhaps you're not viewing matters objectively. Try to see the other side of the story. Use common sense and good management. The people around you are more set in their ways now. Postpone arguments and debates until they can open their minds. Yeah, and if you're maybe dealing with somebody that you might be looking after, or if you are in a caregiver role and you're looking after someone that's not well or that's sick or that could be passing away or something like that, this is sometimes the way that you got to have a little bit of temperance and just not get into things like, there's ways around it, and there's lots of resources too. And that's the other thing, like hospice, your local hospice. I mean, I'll be a big proponent of that, because it helped me so much when I was going through my process with my parents when they were passing away. It was a big help to me. But yeah, there's things like that you can go, and there's lots of resources, and the majority of them are free, because that's like a non-profit organization that just mostly is based on donations. So it's out there, it's in our community, and actually, the more people that can volunteer and do that kind of stuff is so wonderful, because it is such a great asset when you're going through times of when people are ill or at end of life stages, end of life care, all that kind of stuff. It's really an amazing resource, and it's so helpful. So that could be for someone. But yeah, so that's where we're at, and to just maybe look at things from a different perspective. Let's say that's what that hangman is all about. It's about stopping and taking a breath and looking at the situation from a different angle. Right? Looking at it from a different perspective. And then pivoting, maybe. Heading in another direction, or looking in another direction, maybe. Yeah, doesn't necessarily, it can be about being stuck too. I'm kind of stuck with what you're just kind of hanging there. But it also can be an opportunity to kind of find a different way. So that's what I have there, and we'll get a little, let's do the Animal Spirit Oracle. I don't know what song that was I was just humming, but I don't know what it means. I don't know what the melody was. Turkey Spirit. Oh, 3 came out. Dear. Turkey Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. Oh, I guess I won't be able to put them somewhere where we can see them. Starfish Spirit, open to the infinite possibility. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. Let's see if we can put them up like that. There, I'll just do that. So we can see. And Badger Spirit. Be fearless and bold. So there we go, a little animal spirit action. Letting you know to give with gratitude and grace. So if you're caregiving, come from it from that place. Communicate your needs. Make sure you're looking after yourself. Be open to the infinite possibilities of you and the universe and your manifestations, and be fearless and bold when you're manifesting your dreams. And yeah, that's good. And there's that gratitude again. Gratitude and grace. This is the Turkey Spirit. Gratitude and grace. And just think about what you're grateful for. That could be good. And one more. See what Archangel Michael, because he showed up a couple times already. But let's just see what this is. Archangel Michael Oracle deck. Geez, 3 came out with that too. Okay. So someone new is coming. An important new relationship is on the horizon. Open your mind and heart to the happiness so that the happiness can enter your life. Okay, there's the little 2 doves. We have wood doves around here. They come back every year. They're quite beautiful. This one is another one that popped out. Trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. And number 33. This is a blessing in disguise. Be patient and have faith that your angels have this situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. So there you have it. Someone new is coming in. Whoa, very exciting. Let go and trust your angels. Heaven does have a perfect plan, and be patient and have faith that your angels have the situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. That is wonderful. So there you have it. Thinking about doing maybe like a card a day. Not sure if I'm going to do it on YouTube or not, but I'm going to do it on my website maybe, and just be able to do like sort of an email, maybe an email where you could opt in and get a card a day, or yeah, something like that. Anyway, so I've been doing more readings, and I'm going to offer some readings through my website. Just working on that too, so keep looking for that coming up, new and exciting stuff. And yeah, so here we go, a couple days after the lunar eclipse. Got some stuff we're moving through, but it's all good. And make sure that you like and subscribe and comment and hit the bell and all that fun stuff, all that all that jazz, so that I can get my videos out there and keep cruising along and doing my thing. And remember to check out my website. It's ladynorwayenergyhealing.com. And if you wanted to reach out and if you had any questions, or if you were curious about any of my offerings, or if you wanted to book a session with me, you can email me at info@ladynorwayenergyhealing.com, and those links will be in the description. And I hope this finds you well. I think I said that already, but take good care. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao for now. Bye.